Emre Daniampa, time changes. And the Mambani Gumbe and a so parliament. Where you humble lion. Instead they say you.
I am begging you, Mr. President. I am pleading with the CDS.
Kevin Ekobe retailer or trendy. Womochimonka highway no so. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ghana Mapeni. Wenyame call. Saso and a chief of defense staff. Ebusia, Matumebo. Nama konsemnemu into details. Masrawa, so be share video way. Now be share watch amam your comment section. Or one subscribe here. Kindly subscribe to Trends GH on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. The BR Trends GH. So this particular story way, Mametumebo na minsanim. Nipa bia no wuye adwuma na se wunya akane a wode beye anase wunya bebi kra wode wuti beto a ema adwuma no eye difficult. Na eba no Ghana Security Services a minimisa institution ba kwa na nka yebo omudi a wo bekese oh we de omo accoutrement eba no personnel no kra na bebi a omudi omuti to kra no ebusua emuye just omo de omo hawo no kra mpo no ensa da endroso compared to fire service for omo de. Not to know we say all this while in ano outside gentility home cry. I'm talking about Ghana military. So Endra and a Ghana man penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on the Interior Minister Honorable Mutaka Mubarak or more presente special armored vehicles. Maku 40 Edranai Edema Ghana Police Service. I just say Inspector General of Police Christian Tete Yohuno or no. Na ebusuya o receive that 40 special armored vehicles no. Na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was a presentation we essential suwe ye no. Eno na Kevin Ekobe retailer waba Monchimonka highway no so a ochrem se ensam wo ho. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama bebi o bia no. Ontie ono Kevin Ekobe retailer ni appeal we ya odi to nanim no. Eno de ensam a oka about Ghana military no ebusuya. Na ta se eye asefim ankasa personnel no ohawa omufamu no enya asam ketwa eba no enuama kwa mu de baye adwuma kwa na ebusua ukopiem obema camp a sana edi bema camp no eda so kwa.
And I would like to talk to the president. Mr. President, it is very important you look at the Ghana military. The Ghana military, they are struggling. In fact, when it comes to West Africa, and this goes to the CDS or the leadership of Ghana military, Mr. President, once in a while, call the CDS, go with him to the military camps, sack all the officers and talk to the military, the lower rank people, and hear what they will tell you. And I will advise the CDS to do the same. I will advise the CDS to also go to the various barracks, there's various units, call the unit personnel, let the senior officers leave, speak to them. Then you will hear what they are going through in the military. There's a lot happening. The military is struggling. When it comes to weapons, when it comes to vehicles, when it comes to nyoma yadika se way military, Ghana military will fall short. Sa vehicles are the last time I was in Ghana, I took my time to drive through the military at the Burma camp. And Mr. President, it is sad to see the accommodation of some of our military men. Say, and I will say on authority, say in Tokwesi, Ewo, Ghana, any other country, with all the experience, military, no, eba akondia, yebe losing Tokwana poto, obekunya shiekro. The Ghana military is not potent when it comes to weapons, war vehicles. The majority of the vehicles they see Burma camp. Mr. President, maybe you have not been briefed. And I know the CDS just took power or took office. He needs to sit down and look at the issues. There's a lot of issues in the military. They are hurt. Things are not going on well. And if we always want it to look like it is always going to be obey before command, or say obey command before whatever, then we are not going to get anywhere. Sometimes we need to put the obey before the Indiano and go down and speak to them and hear what is going on. I can tell you on authority that armored vehicles are good. Ghana military, about 80% in Yejuma. Mr. President, one day, Mr. President, pay a visit to the Ghana military. And I know the CDS is struggling. He's struggling because he came to inherit a military that was not retooled for years. The Ghana military needs to be updated. When you enter a Burma camp at time, it is sad. It is sad because Utumi hu military for dying. Now it is like almost the phone room. You see military quarters. A day is seen in 1932. Now usha military for dying. Now yabubo kukobu esi ho. Usha military for dying. Utumi say way nipa the dem. You see nipa the dem. Soldier ni the dem. It is despicable. At time, the military, we need to upgrade the military a little bit. We need to retool the military. Our military is weak. And when I say it's weak, when it comes to Ghana military, they are disciplined. When it comes to they being there for the country, you know them. They go out of the country for peacekeeping. We know what they do. They are very, very solid. But when it comes to Akundia, the Ghana military is zero. They have nothing. It hurts me to be saying this now, but the Ghana military, I'm telling you, we have the men. We have a lot of people who are committed to work for us, protect Ghana. But when it comes to a new age military, the Ghana military, dear Mr. President, I beg you, you need to put a whole committee together, led by the CDS, to really look at one, accommodation, and two, the accoutrements. The Ghana military service. I've taken my time. I've driven through a Agyebeng camp. When you go see baby a soldier for that cry, it is disheartening. Until the day I saw all these young people, the day they were recruiting people, Elwak Sports Stadium. Now me drew Ghana. That day I was in Ghana, and me share young people way. A man from a person who soldier, and I'm actually go see Agyebeng camp. And I'm share a dying go, and I'm saying no, there's a problem. The day na in Kwarani Wu Elwak, and I was in Ghana that day. I drove past that place in the morning, and I looked at all these kids. Now me share Nkora when you wanting to go into the military. Me busa mo say, into Nkora when you form one, and he no mo koda. Where are they going to lodge? Ultimately drive it through Agyebeng camp. Mr. President, it is despicable. Add this to your legacy. At least before you leave power, we need to have about 50,000 military housing for the military. Military for Asasi Bebri. They have lots and lots of land. Yet nimsa military for no Asasi Bebri. Let us pay attention to the military. Let us pay attention for once, Mr. President. This is something you need to do for people like us. I am begging you, Mr. President. The police too needs same. We are retooling the police. We need to look at the accommodation. These are security agencies. These old. I was asking myself, Ushe Edanya Ewo Agyebeng camper. Now just be a yes dina pete ho. A dine tantan bi. Into Mr. President, can't we decide to say, Sa in dina yesi pete no, ye bebu bune yesi story buildings 20, uti story buildings 20 kratana. How many military men can occupy? So many of them. Why have we allowed to dine way? Police need that damn none about that bontene. Soldier need that damn none about that a box him. Utemo Agyebeng camper. Soldier for the box, abu bonka tartar down. I just say a tonri oho. I just say ahoye slump. This is not right. I want you to summon the CDS. I need you to ask them what can be done immediately to help the Ghana military accommodation. We can't always be telling people go to the military, go to the police, and their dignity is taken away from them. That is despicable. Till date, the Ghana military, why? This is the modern day military. This is the modern day policing. How come say and the Ghana military how? People come to training. They have new recruits. Now we tell our people we want to save the climate. We want to save the environment. And ever since the Ghana police end to me gas and that they need to send recruits to go into the forest. So what is that? And this go to the CDS. CDS, these are things that you need to put before the president. And these are urgent things. I know you came to inherit a lot of damage, but you need to try and also make sure these are the things the military personnel need. Good accommodation. You can take one section and say, okay, this 10 acre, this particular unit, ye besi story building 20 waha, story building bia a 500 room. Ye besi be 10 story building. What are we doing to our people? See the amount of money we have spent on unnecessary things in Ghana. Why are we doing this to ourselves? If today, you open, say, people should put in, contractors should submit. So our buying crackers of contractors 50%, and that they are going to pay the contractors another year, the rest of the money. We will get local contractors who will be willing to build these story buildings at Burma camp for the military. And then end 2025, military for that. Anytime, are you not ashamed as leaders of the nation? Go and see baby police for that. Obakona police leader them na ne bada abontene. How can you have peace of mind to govern, to protect a nation? My worry is that today, as I tell you, Mr. S, get me pictures of Burma camp. Edaya soldier for the dim. Na me fancha Mr. President. Ebia, it's been a long time the president went to Burma camp. And the leaders of this country went to Burma camp. Mr. S, get me pictures of Burma camp. Edana ya kwa World War II na omudemu no. Ene ndo omudemu. Me say utumi kona soldier ni dying. Insuo nem edanim na gata nsuo nam dan na se gata nsuo na soja ni dem na officer yesi dan shepe ama officer ne nebusuafo na recruit ne sojafo omo ne eye adwuma no na officer for 10 air condition dan mu na omo bonkwase adwuma na egugu a kitchen dan mu e dey nsem no. How can you build a nation like that? Inti soja ni so to obe corrupt because or hwe officer penyini no officer penyini ne ba kra ewo one officer bi o baba ako na ne ba no ewo dan ono nko awo dan na soja ni owo mba miensa na ono ne yire ne mother box him. Why? How can you live like that? This has to change. There should be a change. Something needs to be done. We cannot keep doing these things to ourselves every day. As someday here no near it is nice to read to the police, it is nice to give them equipment, but it is also important to take care of their accommodation. Sa edanya egu segleme, we can give all those edani jebetu na masoja for some kodim. Segleme house ni egu. Mr. President, we can give that to soldier for move some of them there and start building story buildings. Mr. President, the military themselves, they have engineers. The military, they can construct. The military, they can build. What is the big deal? We don't even need external contractors. Segleme dane guano, let us refurbish it again. Move the say military 2000 ebekwa yen form nkoguo na baby omutino yen make sure say within a year yen to mean 6 story buildings bear 5 story build bia etumi fa nipa 200 apartment 200 then ye wi na yi sankofo no aba ho na ye say another set na de omako segleme na ye say sankofo de ye wi a na de omaba ho na ye that is how we do it. We have enough houses sitting there yen fa nya hwe ene ti Ghana na ye kabrofo. Mr. President, you need to call a meeting. The military, the police, they need some better accommodation. Equipment some using in Kokana military, a two body war. Sometimes when we say these things, some of you get angry because you feel like we are exposing the military, we are exposing the police, we are exposing the security agencies. But if we don't talk about these things, how are people going to know what is happening? Huh? If we don't speak on these things, how are we going to know what is going on? Or they will suffer and suffer all the time. Ubeko eye Burma camp. A dying so I send kukobu. These are where you're dying. Where can put say a new kakra, Mr. S. This one is even new. Where I don't think it's even an apartment too. This could be an officer's mess. Mr. S, this is even nice. Mr. S, where they say get me the real houses at Burma camp. Why are we doing this to the military? Yeah, parking kwa we nyina ko military omo kodahin. Yeah, parking kwa we nyina ko police omo kodahin. Let us try and help the military. Let us try and help the police. Retooling is good. I said two things today, Mr. President. The police, the retooling is good. The accommodation is important. The military, they don't have anything. I am pleading with the CDS to go to the president and plead with the president that this is an emergency. Because if we don't do this, one day a Tihana Soja for a revolt against here. Yakasa revolt. And yes, obikuta political power na obi yawo. A yawo, any pain, any maybe any people come nema obi to me convince obi. So it is always important to say, obedient the crowd to us obebo or my home banya. Yes, you show that kind of idea, that kind of love, no. We need to meet them halfway. Go to Burma camp. I want the schools, the JSS for no, they should go and take a tour at Burma camp. Now we should be a soldier for that. In fact, what I want the Ghana military to do first and then say, before we be applications, no, we make sure say you give people the opportunity to come and walk at the barracks and see where the soldiers sleep. It should be part of the whole thing before people go and pick a form. Answer and go form no. Moment confo barracks wo Burma camp no mo measure send soldier 40 their living conditions. When people see soldiers, their living conditions, I don't think you will see them there. I am telling you. Me say, Ghana military. Some be say, wow, person ko military. Bra, Agyebeng camp, behe baby a soldier for that. And sana ye, me say, udruwa. Me sure say, 90% of Nkwara who mo elwa kribe none of them will go to military. Yeah. Because you're there soldier for them. They how many say, and the armored car say what Ghana military mu nyina juma ni nyina nye. They cannot run for 10 miles. They will break down. They cannot run. When you sit inside, they know. Soldier from Penifori nyina.
So Kevin Ekobedu Taylor ni emotional and humble appeal where or the to Ghana man pedi any afi chief of defense staff for Ghana omweni no and on a special prosecutor Kissi Agyebeng ni di ebepiemu former chief of defense staff upon pepra omuso omudi ebepiemu
akoya no ye CDS penyini ono no that soldier for no oba osi mesi dan kakra bi wa ha mesi hall wa ha oh Mr. T no the contract na man ho that guy na o ye CDS no upon buenu osede no sorry, construction or yen Bema company or no company. Or sorry, not the company a man contractor man ho. No abesi hall, be no the diato so, no abesi way. But the main thing na ebeboa soja for nankasa no. Upon new strategy was that why opeso ko peacekeeping bra, unye training kra because why a soldier, why a kesiye, unti training crowd ye cobra. So he bought them with those things. Upon pepra, thank you. Upon pepra, the former CDS, also not to say IGP Dampare. Upon pepra. No, to say that former CDS. So Tanga and all the data soldier for no. Intendo come military upon pepra. Share now upon bra no sit down with you. Upon bra all that he was doing was that now all the flashy things need the other soldier for no. But I didn't name soldier yes soldier no. Into people say the first day I entered Bema camp and I'm going to say upon pepra body dino baby amodano o wuyana. Upon pepra bedi musono baby anamodano o ewana. Why didn't he take care of your welfare baby amobedano? The CDS needs to meet all his senior officers. They need to go to the president. Segleme housing is there. We want the military to take over this construction. They need to refurbish Segleme housing. Move enough military officers there a bit to occupy Segleme housing, 1,500 houses. At least 1,500 military officers or more Bema camp. If we renovate Segleme house in 6 months, they can all go there and live there. Then wherever we want to earmark, you better mind unit by unit. This unit, you better see Abronsign 5, 10. Abronsign be able for a dime 60. Abronsign be able for dime 100. They will say at least almost Segleme hono in 1 year or 2 years. No, you dim some bebano near Abronsign ever nipa 1,005. Omu ya near move sanko for na kosa unit them. Near move another unit to Segleme. Na sa unit no so no. Ya start ebubu baby almost so tini nyina because oba e dynamo ti say pete what tantan sado you need to break them down ebe ko obi kure ko ato atwene e den na soldier ni o defend Ghana ne ba e da bonte no da dem police ni officer penyini ben na be sade no. I'm asking from the CDS to the last officer omowe empenifo no why na better dem and ne ba da bonte no box him why na be sade no. This is not discipline. This is nothing. You people are killing the military officers. You are destroying them within. We want to see something. We want to see some action. Segleme ne guano. Unit by unit. Mon starting free 1 unit. Mumubu dani nyina. Mumuvu omunyanko Segleme. Munsi Abronsign and the oba brochira. Yesi Abronsign nipa 1,000 wom. Yetumi si Abronsign bienu na afa nipa 1,000. Munye saade bi. Na mumi enjoy the air and the air time. What is all this nonsense? I'll come back to this topic again. I'm never going to stop until I hear the CDS speak on this housing issue, until I hear the president speak on this housing issue, until I hear the defense minister speak. Segleme is a perfect place for you to start. The military, they have civil engineers. They can build their own story building. All that they need is the funding. And see, OSP because we are saying for the past year, we can get $50 million for them to build we can take the OSB budget every year. Na yamfanye se edwuma no. Ye tuema Kissi Agyebeng kwasi ampanyi we sa sika me dia se na. Ye betu see military barracks.
Ntia yade a Kevin Ekobedu Taylor ne nsa da ne nseyem a o kire mu se eba no soldiers edwuma na ade a omo ye na ebusia omo hia enwoma bebre. Che se wokọ eye Bema camp anase military barracks kra na wokọhwe eye soldiers for number kra no bebi omo da. Eni afio mo anse soldiers ne kra no bebi omo da. Ebusia ya asefem. Se soldier ni pa Ode no kwa ato ama oman Ghana na baby order. Oh, Osra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama any CDS say omuntwa omani enko eye bema camp nene de omunkwohwe nia ekoso ho we de ebe ye kra na segleme eden no omufema military for na wo de omunda ho se na ebe ya omubenya ahonkeka feel mu dedew se na ebe ya omubetumi ede omunkwa ato ho yie ama oman Ghana but eba no accoutrement pa Ghana military a oh ebusuya forget it outside gentility home cry omuni tew a ne akeka kɔ no se Togo gra no etu hye yeso a so Ochra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ontie ne humble appeal wey a esanso emotional one no na no de onye na koma so ade ema no a no de Ghana military for eyade a omoba appreciate His Excellency John Dramani Mahama any chief of defense staff ye pa ebusia kyerɛ wadwuma me comment section ho na share video wey ma afoforo so ensanka bi macro